He revealed a source that says he had quite an experience demanding his makeup artist show up or get fired. I'll share that story for you.
You know something, he's not so funny in real one. No, he's not so funny. He's very serious.
Blake Lively, her brand, Ryan Reynolds' brand, have totally been tarnished by this because the world now sees them for who they are. They cannot act their way out of this.
They weren't the first to do this. It was Blake Lively. It was Ryan Reynolds. This was their strategy. And now they kind of want to put the genie back in the bottle. But guess what? The genie does not want to go back in the bottle.
It's somehow, I have no idea how we've managed to keep it secret, given the internet and all this stuff, because somehow it hasn't come out. I would say that they're more surprises because they have beginnings, middles, and ends. They're not like, it's not just like a, hey.
He was involved in this to some extent. There was a meeting at their apartment at which you allege that there were some senior production people who witnessed him allegedly berate Justin Baldoni to the point where these third parties felt upset that they didn't do more to stand up for Justin, that they thought Ryan Reynolds was so abusive.
Deadpool's done. Like, we will never let our husbands go see this movie, any of this. Ryan Reynolds is done. Like, there is something very disturbing about this man and the way that he plotted to just like infest every layer of Justin Baldoni's life just to show him who had power and who had money.
I really am grateful to have worked with Mike Judge, and those guys I do think are the best in the game.
Now, all agree that the moral crimes committed here by Ryan Reynolds against Justin Baldoni have amounted to high treason.
No, he hates.
We had a really weird moment on Deadpool where he said, let's do one more take. And everyone was like, okay. And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And then as the character, he was like horrifically mean to me.
Totally correct about Ryan Reynolds. What is that, like, personality test? Is it called like an Enneagram personality type 1 through 9? Well, Ryan Reynolds on the Enneagram is a psycho. That's what he is. He's just a psycho.
My face being so flush with blood and heat, thinking about this impending disaster that was about to happen, and also really kind of rooting and sitting in that rebellion of the moment, too.
Strangers describe me as
Extremely disloyal.
Just have the courage to pick up the phone and apologize. Like, we don't even need to be aware of it. Pick up the phone and apologize to Justin Baldoni. I mean, I don't even want you canceled. You're just a typical Hollywood slug, follower, could never be a leader. All of you just trying to climb to the top, whatever. It means nothing to the rest of the world. Nobody cares what Hollywood thinks. But try to have a little bit of decency and dignity and right the wrong now. Because it is never worth it to sit with the cool kids if the cool kids are just going around kicking puppies on a Friday night.
There is no question that, yes, Ryan Reynolds based his Deadpool Wolverine character, Nice Pool, with the man bun on Justin Baldoni.
Any words for Ryan, seeing as the next time we talk to him, he will be seeing that.
I have nothing to say to him.
Welcome back to Tea Time with Tina. Ryan Reynolds has long been the poster boy for Hollywood's friendly neighborhood wisecrackers, a guy who turns red carpets into stand-up comedy shows, posts hilarious Twitter comebacks, and generally seems like the human embodiment of a warm chuckle. But behind the curtain of late-night TV anecdotes and viral social media post rumors have spread that Mr. Congeniality might not be so congenial when the cameras stop rolling.
Something, he's not so funny in real one. No, he's not so funny. He's very serious.
And Ryan Reynolds, by all accounts, seems like a great guy. He is acting. By all accounts, he is a total pain in the... He's one of those guys. So they are absolute bullies.
If you're already clutching your signed Deadpool poster in disbelief, buckle up. This journey is about to get bumpy. There's talk of backstage blow-ups, a meltdown involving a makeup artist, and more co-star feuds in the average reality TV series.
He revealed a source that says he had quite an experience demanding his makeup artist show up or get fired. I'll share that story for you.
Ryan Reynolds on the Enneagram is a psycho. That's what he is. He's just a psycho. His number is psycho.
For years, these whispers have flickered beneath the surface, only to be met with Reynolds' WI grin. But now the stories are getting louder, more detailed, and far harder to ignore. Some folks in Tinseltown are claiming that the real Ryan Reynolds is less heart of gold charmer and more, well, something else entirely.
And Baldoni. There's Leslie Sloan, who's another PR agent who will be part of this lawsuit. That was Blake Lively's. Blake Lively will be sued. And we're carefully considering other people that will be sued also. And some of it will come as a surprise. Ryan Reynolds, for sure.
So set aside your Ryan is the best coffee mug for a moment, because we're about to dive into the backlot drama questionable decisions. And did he really say that moments that are people scratching their heads? Is he the comedic saint that fans air, or is he that sick control freak that is coming to light over the Justin Baldoni case with Blake Lively? And is there an entirely different script playing out behind the scenes? Let's find out. Grab your popcorn, because nothing kicks off the behind this soap opera quite like someone yelling at the folks who hold the makeup brushes, according to a Fox News piece. Yes, you heard that right. Fox News took a break from politics to focus on who used to be our beloved Deadpool star. Reynolds allegedly let loose on a makeup artist who couldn't rearrange his schedule at his beck and call. Rumor has it the meltdown involved a threat that if she didn't come back to the set pronto, she'd never work in Hollywood again. Bold words like who put him in charge to say who will and who won't ever work in Hollywood ever again.
Reynolds had to do some reshoots for the movie. His makeup artist was out of the country working. Ryan Reynolds threatened to fire the makeup artist off the rest of the film and the reshoots they had to do, and also said, if you don't come back and do my makeup for these reshoots, you will never work in Hollywood.
Now, if you're thinking really the guy who live tweets how much he loves his wife's homemade cookies is cool over foundation and eyeliner, you're not alone. The industry grapevine says his tantrum wasn't just about cosmetics. It was a power move, a glimpse into a bigger picture of a star who expects near immediate compliance. Clip 6.
Knew who he was beforehand. Everyone knows who he is now. If he is a smart sociopath, he'll work that.
An insider from Deadpool 2 spilled that once Reynolds gained influence on set, he took charge of pretty much everything, from costume changes to final editing decisions. Imagine the chef deciding is also the dishwasher, the Metro D, and the restaurant owner, efficiency or tyranny. The debate rages on what did Fox News do with this story. They featured it on a podcast called Kennedy Saves the World, where the insider described a Ryan Reynolds who apparently wields his Hollywood clout like a scepter, making my way or the highway the unofficial rule.
So gross and weird and manipulative, even if it's true. It's so just, this movie somehow was a magnet for awful people.
True or not, the revelations were enough to make fans squint, rummaging through old interviews for possible hints of a hidden diva streak. Maybe the next time you see Reynolds in an interview, you'll wonder if that wide grin is covering up some scorching behind-the-scenes tension. If you thought Deadpool was chaotic, wait until you hear about the drama swirling around the sequel. Tim Miller, who directed the first film, exited Deadpool 2 faster than you can say Chim. Do you know the official story was creative differences, which is Hollywood speak for we had a spat, but rumors flew that Reynolds wanted total creative control. And by total, we're talking about an iron grip on casting, script rewrites, and possibly the design of the craft services table. Okay, maybe not that last one, but you get the idea. Now some would argue that an actor fighting for his vision is admirable who doesn't love an underdog turned powerhouse yet, as the anecdotal evidence piled up. Critics started wondering, was it pass or pure bossiness? Did Reynolds cross a line from being a protective steward of his character to someone whose MOT is it's my movie, you're just here to fill the background? This question gained traction when talk arose of actress Marina Baccarin being sidelined in the second movie. She went from central love interest to cameo level status.
Fans want to know anything, any scoop?
Yeah, what is up with Deadpool 3? That's a really good question. I have to be very diplomatic about what I say here. I'd like to be in it. They have called me about being in it. Right now, we have not agreed on terms. And everybody's trying their best and doing their best, but it may or may not work out.
Then T.J. Miller popped up in interviews, insisting Reynolds put him in his place by belittling him as a minor character, hardly the buddy-buddy atmosphere fans had come to expect.
On Deadpool, where he said, let's do one more take. And everyone was like, okay. And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. And then as the character, he was like horrifically mean to me, but to me. So he was like, what's great about you, Weasel? You're not the star, but you just, you do just enough exposition that it's funny. And then we can leave and get back to the, and then I think I don't know. I mean, would I work with him again? No.
No,
I would not work with him
that
again.
much vitriol.
Why is Ryan doing this? And the other weird thing is, like, maybe he got, I think he's kind of an insecure dude.
The thing about myself I've learned to love is...
The thing about myself that I've learned to love is insecurity. That's a real answer. Yeah, insecurity. Yeah.
That's a real answer. Yeah, insecurity. All of these tidbits woven together give the impression of a man determined to run the show no matter whose toes get stomped along the way. Still, if you bring it up on Twitter, you might face an army of fans calling you a liar and Reynolds a misunderstood, saying maybe the best solution is a custom line of t-shirts saying I survived Deadpool's off Camera outtakes, and all I got was this lousy meltdown. Speaking of Deadpool, let's momentarily teleport to the sci-fi thriller life where Reynolds starred alongside Rebecca Ferguson and Jake Gyllenhaal. According to Ferguson, working with an angry, insecure co-worker soured the experience so badly that she chose to film certain scenes with a tennis ball on a stick rather than face this individual in person. Clip 10.
Absolute idiot of a co-star. And this human being was being so insecure and angry because this person couldn't get the scenes out. And I think I was so vulnerable and uncomfortable. I remember the next day I walked on and I said, you get off my set. And it's the first time I've ever spoken. I remember being so scared. I looked at this person and I said, you can F off. I'm going to work towards a tennis